So on today's chat, I'm going to go over a few things. Of course, number one, who we are, the community we serve, an overall view of the Pinnacle Awards, as well as the RFP schedule, and then I'll allow that for any questions that anyone may have. So going back to a little bit more about the Chamber, of course, we are, of course, building a legacy of Black wealth. That's another overarching theme that we have this year. A little more background about the Chamber. We were founded in 1935. We have a rich legacy of empowering African-American businesses. We are actually the second oldest Black chamber in the United States. We were first named the Houston Negro Chamber of Commerce, and recently we changed it to GHBC in 2013. We established to promote and support African-American business ownership. We also have early advocacy, including civic engagement, fair housing, and fair employment. And again, of course, today's focus is developing new Black-owned businesses and sustaining existing ones. Just a little bit more background about the community that we serve. As you guys can imagine, for those who are new to Houston or just old to Houston, this is some stats regarding the great city that we reside in. Of course, women own 1 out of 4 small businesses. Houston was ranked top 20 for Black-owned businesses in the United States. Houston ranks the 4th best city for Black professionals in the United States. Harris County specifically has the 2nd largest Black population in the United States with 1.3, a little under 1 million individuals. Harris County also has the fastest growing Black population in the United States. And of course, the great state of Texas ranks 8th as the best state for Black entrepreneurs. So, of course, while we all are here, giving you guys a little bit more information about an upcoming program that's near and dear to the Chamber. It is the Pinnacle Awards. Something new that we're doing this year is, of course, not only are we celebrating 90 years, but we've actually expanded our entire experience for this year. I know for folks who may be familiar with the Pinnacle from the Chamber, it was only simply a gala, but this year we're doing something new and adding on an additional event to be able to highlight these amazing businesses in the city of Houston. As you guys can imagine, hello? Okay. As you can imagine, this year it's more than just a celebration. It's a tribute to our past, our present, and most importantly, our future. Another overarching theme for this year is that we are celebrating you. As you guys can imagine, the Chamber is coming back into the fold, into the city of Houston, being able to showcase who we are. And so that's something we're new and doing this year as well, too. So as we're going through this, if you guys have any other businesses that you think that would love to be a part of Pinnacle from a nomination standpoint, I'm happy to provide that information as well. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the event overviews, if you will. So number one, we have our Pinnacle Kickoff reception. This is after those businesses that I mentioned would be nominated, they become a short list, if you will, and those shortlisted individuals would be at this particular event. It is a great way to just highlight them in this space. Number one, we are, of course, doing this during National Black Business Month, so it all kind of coincides together. And as you guys can note at the very bottom there, it is in August, at the very end of August, from 6 to 8 with at the Amagi Bank Tower that's in the Galleria area. Then we have something very brand new this year. We have a wealth forum. It is presented by HEB. And this particular event is a full day experience about how to understand how to make your money work for you, whether it is a space of wealth management, acquiring new assets, if you will, and then just also just kind of just brushing up on some new areas that you may not have ever known about. It is a full day experience that we're doing. So as you can see there, the workshops include investing opportunities, estate planning and retirement, and of course, raising capital as well. We're going to be hosting this particular event at the Rice University Anderson Clark Center. That's where they host and hold classes for those who are trying to continue their education there. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, what folks may be familiar with is the actual gala itself, which is going to be on that following day after the Wealth Forum. So on Saturday, November 1st, we're hosting our 28th annual awards from 6 to 10. That particular event will be held at the Bayou City Event Center. And as you guys can see there on the bottom, there's a different awards that will be awarded throughout the evening. So again, I'm going to kind of stress that again, outside of just looking for RFPs from us. If you have any businesses that would like to be nominated, or you just feel that should be nominated for this particular year, please let us know. And I'll send you again that information in our other chat as well too. So just giving you guys a little more outline about the RFP process, of course, the submission and review process. At the very end, we're going to showcase some information to you to be able to access the RFP documents. And of course, prepare your submission. So submit all the requirement forms and the supporting material to be able to identify your business and the needs that we're looking for. And of course, submit your proposal at the email there at pinnacle@ghbcc.com. And then after that, the team will come together and evaluate those proposals and based on experience, capacity, and alignment. So here's some very key dates, you guys. One key note that I do want to note here is that, of course, the RFPs are due on the 15th. But I do want to mention that you guys can ask us questions until next Wednesday. That is July 30th. That is to that same email before. So pinnacle@ghbcc.com. So if you have any questions about the RFPs based on something that wasn't said today, or you just have an extra thought, we want to hear those. We want to see those because those will be considered clarifying questions before you submit your proposal. If you will. And then those questions, those clarifying questions will go out to everyone. So it won't just be to that person specifically. Then of course, we're going to do vendor evaluation on August 18th. And then of course, selection and contract execution will happen August 22nd. And then as you guys can note, as those events that I mentioned before, contracts, dates, they do vary based on the need and that particular, that time. At this current time, we do have site visits that will take place once you are a selected vendor, and we'll work that out on the tail end after those individuals have been selected. So first and foremost, let's talk about the RFP opportunities that we have for this year's Pinnacle Awards. Number one is the DJ. As you guys can imagine, we want to get moving and grooving. We want to have a really great time. So we want to, the DJ opportunity will be at the Wealth Forum. I do apologize that there is a misstep here and a mistyping. It says the awards kickoff reception, but there's only going to be a DJ at the Wealth Forum. And the reason why we thought it was going to be at the kickoff reception, but unfortunately that space is too tight and the DJ would really not be conducive for that event for that particular day. But we're looking for a DJ specifically at the Wealth Forum during our happy hour experience on October 31st, again, at the Rice University Anderson Clark building. So we're looking for the DJ to make us have a really great time. As you guys can imagine, it's a lot of networking going on, just being able to create some good background noise, and just, of course, just setting an overall mood for that happy hour experience. One thing we are asking is that we do see the playlist in advance when we before arrival, just to make sure that we're all aligned and on the same page, if you will. And then, of course, the DJ, we would also ask that they also provide audio support for anyone who may be on, who needs to provide any announcements, such as anybody from the HEB team or any present board members to give any updates and announcements. Next, here we have our floral design. We're looking for a vendor for the Gala. And again, it's November 1st at the Bayou City Event Center. As you guys can imagine, the floral set the pace and the tone for the Gala as folks are arriving. For the floral design, I definitely want to have someone who does really big and big centerpieces to make it very Instagrammable. I'm a marketing guy, so I would love to have those moments where folks are like, oh, those flowers were nice, they were good, and creating that FOMO, if you are, for folks who should have been at the gala this year, but we want to make sure that the room, again, sets the pace for that. Again, as you guys can imagine, just being able to design and install the floral centerpieces. There's also a stage arrangement opportunity as well. And then provide any type of additional pieces for photo backdrops that will be in the building as well. And then, of course, being able to deliver the flowers, set them up, and break them down as well. The next opportunity is the balloon design. This is going to happen at the Wealth Forum and the Pinnacle Awards Gala. These moments will be able to help us create a backdrop for some of the moments. So for number one, at the Wealth Forum during the happy hour event, we do have a designated area where we are doing a step and repeat, and that's where the balloons will be need to be installed for that. And also there will be another area at the next day at the awards gala as well. Just keep in mind as well too, for the floral design and the balloon design, we do have the color theme for this year. So we will, if you are selected to move forward in the process, we will share all that information with you at that particular time. But again, of course, being able to manage the full entire setup, delivery, and breakdown as well. Next, we have a mobile bar. This will be at the Wealth Forum. So going back to that happy hour event, we're looking for a vendor to be able to create that experience for us during the event. Again, make sure that they are TABC certified, being able to provide staff for that, as well as align with some of the curated drinks that we would have for the evening, if you will. And just to give you guys maybe a heads up and a tidbit, it is Halloween. So if anyone wants to make anything kind of creative, like, a fear of drinking, or a fear of cash flow, or something to that nature, would be great. Something like that, to be very creative when it comes to creating those cocktails, if you will, for the event, if you will. But again, of course, making sure that folks come in and fully are licensed, and again, of course, setting up and breaking down as well too. The next portion is next RFP is the videography. As you guys can imagine, that's at every event that we're going to have for this campaign season, if you will. And we're looking for a videographer to capture all those moments throughout every event. There will be shot lists and things that we'll be looking for per event, to be able to not only do some amazing recaps per event, but also do an overarching recap for the entire Pinnacle Awards experience. So as you guys can imagine, providing that full day video coverage. And again, that will be outlined based per event, producing 1 to 3 minute edited reels for not only just for the honorees, but also the finalists as well too. Being able to potentially also record and do some interviews with speakers, sponsors, VIPs for future marketing use. And then, of course, delivering raw footage and final edits within 2 weeks of each event. And then most importantly, just must also supply the equipment and crew with experience, of course, in a formal event setting, if you will. Next one as well too is photography. Those are that is very similar to the videographer. We're also looking for the same in the photography space as well too. One thing is very special this year is, outside of just doing very traditional things that folks may be used to, showcasing the the audience, getting the style and feel of the events, which is of course a kickoff reception, the Wealth Forum, and the Pinnacle Awards Gala. But just as I mentioned about these RFPs, we're trying to showcase and highlight these amazing Black businesses that have built and have showcased their businesses to put on these events. So if there is a spirit brand, if there is a a floral, like the floral design, balloon design. We're looking to have that videographer and photographer also be able to pull some pieces together for those businesses to use in their future for their own marketing purposes as well. So again, providing professional portraits of the finalists, also delivering high resolution edited images for use in media, marketing, and archives. And of course, coordinating with event staff to ensure coverage of key moments and branded spaces. And again, of course, as the videographer, we will also provide you all, that particular photographer, with the shot list as well. Next one here is security. As you guys can imagine, we have a lot of people coming through. We want to make sure that we are secure at all times, okay? So at the Gala, we're looking for a security team to be able to support us for the awards gala. Again, that is on November 1st at the Bayou City Event Center. Of course, we want to make sure the team is trained professionally. They can be able to do crowd control, crowd management, provide VIP escort services as those particular individuals who may arrive be able to get in and get out efficiently and effectively. And of course, be able to manage and monitor the indoor and outdoor spaces of the gala. So of course, from the valet area to the lobby and most likely into the actual the ballroom itself. That's what we're looking for. And of course, being able to supply a team to 3 to 6 licensed, bonded, and insured guards as well. Next, we have decor and draping. Again, this will only be at the awards gala. The particular ballroom that we have for this event, we do need that experience to help put us and create the mood alongside with the ambiance and the color theme for this year as well. So as you can imagine, being able to design and install pipe and draping, any kind of accent lighting, linens for that particular event. We're also looking for that immersive experience as well. So I know it says red carpet there, but we're looking for a blue carpet experience this year. So if that's something that you're able to support us on, we would love to have that, because those moments will coincide with a marketing effort that we're looking to do this year as well. Of course, being able to provide full service, including a delivery setup, on-site styling, and post-event breakdown. And of course, we're looking for folks who have the experience with formal galas and delivering high impact visual experiences. Number one, the next piece, the next service we're looking for is valet. We want to make sure that folks get in and out of the building efficiently and effectively, if you will. We're looking for a professional valet service for guest arrivals, even for the VIP guests as well. Want to make sure that they're able to handle keys and vehicle tracking, and of course, making sure the event flow goes very well. We're looking for folks who have exceptional customer service, as well as they also must carry a liability insurance and coordinate logistics with the team for that day. Next is our printing vendor. As you guys can imagine, we need to have the collateral there at all the events. That is the kickoff reception, that's the wealth forum, and the awards gala itself. So we're looking for a vendor to print and deliver the gala programs, the signage, the place cards, all the table tents, all the good things that we have. We do have a marketing committee that has been working very hard and diligently on a lot of the collateral that is forthcoming, and we would love to work with this particular vendor to print out those amazing designs and place them appropriately throughout the evening's events. But of course, we're also looking for someone that can demonstrate capacity for large volume printing with past corporate or event experience. The next vendor we're looking for is show production and stage management. This is only at the gala itself. Again, it's going to be on November 1st at the Bayou City Event Center. We're looking for someone to help us manage the stage, give a full rundown of the run of show. The run of show has been built so far, but there's going to be some missing areas. But again, as that vendor is chosen, we will supply that particular information to that vendor. But oversee any kind of rehearsals that we may do, any kind of walkthroughs, but also coordinating with the AV, lighting, and decor teams to make sure that we all are on the same page for these moments, if you will. And of course, we're looking for someone who has experience with scripting live events and a contingency plan for last minute changes. All right, you guys, I know that was a lot of information, but I'm looking now if you guys have any questions regarding anything I said. As you guys can imagine, each event has its own particular element. That's the kickoff reception, the wealth forum, and even the gala. So does anyone have any questions at this particular time?
So we actually had some questions that came in prior to this.
Okay.
So people.
Yeah, if you don't mind, if you can read them to me, I can't see because of
yeah, no. These came in prior to the event, so they're not even in the chat. Okay. Yeah. So the first question that came in was for people that are doing the video, will we provide them B-roll, or do they have to get that on their own?
B-roll would have to be with the vendor.
Okay. And then will any of the filming need to happen in an overlap time period? So like, will somebody need to be filming in one space while something else is going on in another space? So the example that I think they're referring to is specifically the Amagi, the VIP reception. And so Ken Jones is going to take the headshots for that event, but we will need somebody to take photography in the actual event space. And so finalists will be going to a separate room with him to be getting headshots, but we need a photographer in that actual room taking pictures of the reception while it's happening.
Correct.
Let's see what other questions came in. For any interviews, will the Chamber or the Pinnacle Planning Committee provide interview questions?
Yes, we will have that ready to go. That's a part of that shot list that we will provide the videographer and photographer. All that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then we will provide them with any videos of past years. So I answered that. Okay. And then, yeah, so that's all the rest will be provided in the shot list. Okay, so Erica, do you want to read any of the ones that are in the chat? I'm trying to go through my email, see the ones that are.
Yes. Are you interested in any vendors that you did not list? Specifically live music for the Pinnacle Gala?
That's a good question. Thank you for whoever had answered that. If you do have a band in mind, please send that along because we may have missed the mark on that and would love to see that recommendation as well too. So yes, please send that along. We'd love to see that.
Will you need gifts or gift bags for guests or recipients?
That is a great question. I know there was a discussion about having gift bags at the Wealth Forum. But we did not discuss anything about the gala specifically. I know there has been a thought of having a token from a valet standpoint, but we did not think about having a gift bag for the gala. But again, if that is something that you would love to provide, please also fill out the form and indicate that particular service and capability as well too.
And then there was a question, sorry, Brandy, we looked over that, but she said, thank you for sharing. Here's an opportunity for insurance. Are there any opportunities for helping set up vendors with proper special event insurance? I can also work with GHBC to provide what is needed to be covered for all events. So specifically event insurance.
Yes, would love to work with that as well too. And talk to that vendor offline to make sure that vendors that we do select and move forward with are able to be properly vetted.
And then the link for the RFPs is actually in the chat. Erica just dropped it in. I'll drop it in again. So on this link, you will fill out initial information, like the contact information, what services you provide, and then you will be redirected to the list of RFPs, and you can actually click and review and then follow all of the instructions. To Derek's point, there's certain documents that you need to attach, and then there's an email provided where you can send that. And then the question is, let's go back up. We have a couple of questions.
One is this: if an agency has a full house production department, can they apply to be a vendor for the overall event?
Want to give more detail on that?
Yeah.
You guys can also come off mute and ask questions.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Ada. I'm the one that Ada from the Heist Agency. I'm the one who asked that question. The Heist Agency, we are a multidisciplined agency, so we do production from overall production for events, staging, building, photography, videography, DJ, talent booking, etc. So I was trying to see, as an agency, would it be best to apply for one thing, or could we apply for multiple things that you were requesting?
Hold on, Dr. Atkins, you were saying something?
I was gonna say apply for them all. Apply for
apply for them all.
Yeah,
put them in the hat. Yeah, why not? And then Dr. Hope, you want to answer a question? We can read, but it's easier when you guys explain your questions. So Dr. Hope, if you want to come off mute and ask your question. Or anybody else. We have one from Moses.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Hope Foster. So we have a winery, unconventional winery here in Texas, and we are very established. We have a bartending service company as well. But we craft signature wine brands for individuals and establishments. So we wanted to know if there were any opportunities to possibly create a custom wine for, any of the events.
Actually, that's a really good, question. So we do have some opportunities that are available for that. I know we have currently been in talks with a spirit brand for one of the events. That is the kickoff reception, if you will. But throughout the other events, there's moments that we could do something like that as well too. Number one, at the Wealth Forum, if you will, folks may want to, instead of not having a cocktail, they may want to have a glass of wine, and even at the gala as well too. And then also another piece, Dr. Foster, is that we are looking for silent auction items as well. So that would be a really good thing that we could also put you in the hat for as well too. And then lastly, we are hosting, for those who are winners from this year's Pinnacle Gala, we are hosting a winner circle experience as well. And awesome. we could probably work on that as well too. So again, yes, please send that information in and give that detail. And just also make some notes about what I just mentioned before about the different spaces. Number one, the Wealth Forum, the silent auction, and then also the winner circle. And then I'll be able to direct you to the proper teams to be able to get that going as well too.
And so two things, Dr. Hope, Taylor she's on our silent auction. She's our silent auction subcommittee chair. And so I'll connect you with her on that. And then Hiram Smith, I want to let you speak, but I also want you to make sure to mention the fact that you have done work with the Pinnacle Awards in the past, phenomenal work. And so if you would like to share that before I know your hand is up, before you, I'm very familiar with the phenomenal work that you've done with the Pinnacle Awards. And so I see you here. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I, want to give you that space and that time.
Sure. First of all, I'm excited that the fact the Pinnacle Awards is back again. That's a great thing because I am a former Pinnacle Award winner. It's such a prestigious award, especially in the Black community, to be rewarded of such that, to really recognize African-American businesses. More importantly, in this day and age, the climate that we're living in, I'm excited that you all are stepping out with that bold faith and doing that. But the Pinnacle experience used to be like the Grammys of the South. So pretty much it has built the brand with Courtney Johnson Rose's leadership during that time. The brand was so hot. I mean, to be at the Pinnacle Awards was an extreme prestigious situation, as if you were sitting in the awards show audience in New York somewhere at the Grammys or whatever. But the environment is beautiful. We try to create an environment, ambiance that's unexpected, that's different than any other, than to create an experience that people can remember for a lifetime. It should be iconic. It should stand alone. It should have its own type of feel and look and feel to it, so that whoever attends it, and the takeaway is that, wow, what's going to happen next year? Get the whole city excited, like business. Hey, I want to qualify to be a nominated award winner. So that's a great experience, and I just congratulate you guys on what you're doing, setting this thing, reinvigorating the energy in the community during this time. So I appreciate that. That's why I'm excited about being on this call, to see the enthusiasm and what's going on with you guys. I appreciate that so much. But my question is, at the gala, do you all have a diagram or capacity of people that you all have set to attend yet? Have you all set that in stage yet? And will we have that type of information adhere to that pretty much?
You want to speak to that, Dr. Atkins? Or?
Oh, you can go ahead.
So we do have access to the space. We are in 2 areas of the Bayou City Event Center, the Grand Ballroom, and another portion as well too. I know the amount of tables that we're looking to do is I think it's no more than 35 tables, if you will, throughout that entire space. And so that diagram is forthcoming as well too. We do actually have a walkthrough coming through this week. And so that's why I was mentioning any kind of clarifying questions that folks may have, send them to us now. But also we'll be sharing that floor plan with those who do respond back to us as well too. I definitely want to be transparent about what is to come, where areas will be, so that folks can be able to adjust accordingly in their proposal submissions.
Okay, last question. As far as the setup time, you all have the whole day to set the event, or is there something happening before, like the day before? Like, what type of logistics you all have with that concern?
So
Erica, go ahead.
Eric, you can go.
Erica, do you have the information? I think.
What was the question?
Do we have the venue at Bayou Event Center for the whole day, or is there like a time limit? I think we have it for the full day to get set up.
Yes, for the full day, yes.
Okay, good.
Cool. All right, that's all I'm here. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I do want to kind of expound on what Harm has said. I think this is a great way for businesses to be shown and showcased throughout the city of Houston. We never know who's in the room, and we definitely want to put our best foot forward. I know there's been a few folks who are on the call today that have been who have showcased their services and have gotten some amazing work post the Pinnacle as well too. So being able to work with folks beyond the chamber, and that's what we want to be able to provide to you all today. I know one thing I would love to do is work with all you guys as we can through a capacity standpoint. Be able to highlight you in some capacity throughout the entire weekend. I'm also on the marketing side of the event as well too, and definitely want to make sure that the storytelling element is there for you guys supporting your services throughout the Pinnacle experiences.
And then also I want to add in, we have a few more questions. I want to add in also that even if you are not selected for the Pinnacle Awards, we are always looking for vendors. Always. We have programming. We have 5 events a month. Every single month now. So we are always looking for photographers and videographers and catering venues. We're always looking for vendors. So please be mindful that as you put your name, fill out the RFP, we're taking this information and we're keeping it and using it as we plug in vendors throughout the remainder of this year. Also, specifically as we plug in vendors for next year as well. So just put your name in the hat. That's the focus here. And so Karen Bugs, you have a question about the location of the vendor?
Yes, so kind of 2-part. Excuse me. So I'm actually on as a CFO. I help with the financial numbers of RFPs and things of that nature, and making sure the numbers are right. But the particular client that I'm thinking of, she is in event production. She's located in Atlanta, but operates globally. So that was the first question: is there a requirement that the vendor be located in Houston?
If you have locations, I mean, if there's a location in Houston, we can look into that as well too. There's nothing wrong with that. So yes, okay. Still have them apply as well too.
Okay, and then the second part of the question is, do you guys get volunteers or collaborate with volunteers? Because that's one of the areas of specialty with this particular event production company, is that they organize volunteers to be able to help at events and then oversee the volunteers at the event, the production of that part.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have volunteers that we are working with currently right now, and they have been identified per event. So there's a few folks who are only working in certain events, but there's also volunteers that are working all the events as well too. But we do have volunteers lined up.
Okay.
So with our Pinnacle, and just for clarification, with our Pinnacle Planning Committee, it's about 20 or so people on that committee. And so we have subcommittees. And so we have somebody that is a volunteer subcommittee chair. We have a silent auction subcommittee chair. And so they are working externally to, like Derek mentioned, he's on the decor. We have the Wealth Forum subcommittee. And so they're working externally with their committees on different topics. And so our volunteer subcommittee, I think last time, Erica, correct me if I'm wrong, that she checked, we had about 30, if not more, volunteers lined up for the 3 different events that we have. And so we're essentially plugging them into the events, and she's coordinating them and training them on, just expectations and what's happening at the event. We have another hand to Kay.
Yes, hi. My name is TK, and I have a quick question in regards to, I'm a florist. I have a question. If you stated with Harm that you had the event for the day of setup, so that means that in regards to Floral, that means we have to come pre-set up in regards to setting up your, you said you want entryway designs, VIP and backdrops and installations and all that stuff. So is there a set time that you have for start of setup, or what does that look like? Do you know?
Yeah, so Dawn, well, so for the event that we're speaking about specifically, we're having a walkthrough this week as well. So I'll get all that information and we'll identify that particular runner show for all of our vendors, when it's set up, what dates do we have? Do we have a setup that we can come in on that Friday, on that Saturday? What's our earliest that we can come through? I will have all that information for everyone who's applied for the Pinnacle Awards to be a vendor as well. Mm-hmm. And then of course on that as well too, just another piece about that also, TK, is that once those vendors are selected, there will be another walkthrough with all of the full team, so that again, of course, some things may be revised. So again, just put the best foot forward in your proposal, if you will, just based on what we outlined in the RFP. And of course, there'll be discussions about what's been used, what will be used, so on and so forth.
Okay.
And so one thing that I don't know if this was listed on the RFPs, but a conversation around having some florals at the kickoff. Some type of decor. So again, just put your name in the hat. Even if we're not using you for the actual Pinnacle Awards, we may need to use florists for the kickoff reception. We may want to have some floral arrangements even at the Wealth Forum. And so I see 2 questions from Moses. I do apologize about that. Moses asked, you all need vendors for transportation, specifically Black trucks and sprinters. He said if you do, he can reach out to, and he put a link to fill out RFPs.
For sure. Would love, again, still fill out the RFP document as well too. Would love to see that vendor as well too. And again, as soon as we have our run-up show for the full overarching weekend, we'd love to work that out as well too. There may be some opportunities. I know for folks who may not be familiar, it is also the Afrotech weekend as well. So there may be some opportunities that we may have some individuals that may stay over that may need that particular service as well too. So I would love to have that at our disposal if needed as well too. But thanks, Moses, for that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I think that there's all the questions. Does anybody else have any questions? Any last questions? We wrap up here. And so be sure, the RFP link is there, but please be sure to share it with your networks as well. If you are a florist, but you know a DJ, send it to the DJ. We do encourage people to be members of the chamber as you are applying for this RFP. We encourage membership in general. Yeah, so just, please be mindful of that. But we will begin to promote these RFPs on a larger scale after this event. So put your name in the hat early. The sooner the better. Yes. And then Derek put the Pinnacle Award application link. Erica also put there's a couple other awards that are available for nomination. So Eric put that link a little earlier. I'll add it again here with the full list of events. Any other questions? Derek, any final comments?
No, just lastly, again, thank you guys for taking the time out to speak with us about the RFPs for this year's Pinnacle Awards. Just as a recap, we do want to say that if you did not hear a particular service that was what we're looking for this year, this is just based on some preliminary discussions that we had. Still fill out that form, still fill out that particular service. As Dr. Atkins had mentioned, there is things that we do not only at this Pinnacle Awards this year, but throughout the year with our various programming. And we definitely want to be able to highlight you all in that various capacity that we have. And then also, I'm sorry, what someone had to ask a question. I'm so sorry.
I got it. She said, talking about last minute staffing. If we need assistance with last minute event staffing, she's happy. So Courtney, please fill out that RFP, the initial form. So again, when you go to that link, it's an initial information form before you will see the actual RFPs. In that initial information form, it asks you to list your services. And so list them there, because you might go to the RFP page and it might not be an RFP for staffing, but we still will be able to see that you offer that service. So please make sure to list that there. Derek, go ahead.
Yeah, so again, looking forward to seeing all you all. First and foremost, your clarifying questions. I definitely want to say that again. I want to stress that enough. Please send out your clarifying question. If you don't ask a question, you submit something. I would hate for you to not have a mention where you didn't have that right information a part of your proposal. So please ask those clarifying questions. That deadline is next Wednesday, July 30th, to pinnacle@ghbcc.com. And of course, the submissions are due the subsequent the 2 weeks from there as well too. But again, thank you all again for joining us on this call today. And I look forward to seeing your submissions for this year's Pinnacle Awards.